Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a brand new episode of my weekly gaming playlist series. Friday's here, so it's time to share and talk about the games I played this week. Love to know what your guys' thoughts are, though, so if you played any of the games I shared here today, let me know what you thought of them. I always enjoy hearing about the games you guys play, as that gives me ideas of games that I might want to pick up and add to my collection, or if I already have them, pop them in and check them out. And you guys do recommend some really good games. You guys have been recommending a lot of games to me over the last several years of me doing this series, and I really appreciate it. I have a nice growing list, so please keep those suggestions coming up. This week I got 2 games to share with you guys. Just ended my vacation, had to go back to work on Thursday, but then again, we're here Friday, I'm off again, and then I work Saturday, and then I'm off Sunday, so it's just kind of weird, but I'm not going to say no to some extra days off. So I had a really fun time on my vacation. I was able to do a lot of gaming. And I've got 2 more games to share with you guys this week that I'm playing on my Series X. First one we're going to talk about is Cloudpunk. Now, this is the physical copy that I have bought that's for the Xbox One, plays on your Series X. There is a digital-only version that was released for the Xbox Series X that is a little bit better, improved from this, and has some features that this Xbox One version does not have. And sadly, they were not able to upgrade your Xbox One copy to the Series X copy, so if you want to get the Series X copy, you actually have to buy it digitally. They're both priced the same at $25, but I didn't even realize that till I had got so far in the game that for me it wasn't worth buying it again, since I already own it physically, but I'll talk about the little differences in a minute. So this is a cyberpunk game that has in voxel art form, which is the blocky pixelated, that's kind of like a Minecraft look to it, so voxel art. You play as a character called Rania, and I'll read you guys from the back. It says, "Don't miss a delivery, don't ask what's in the package. Your name is Rania. This is your first night working for Cloudpunk, the semi-legal delivery company based in the sprawling city of Navalis." So she comes with this giant city, which is multi-tiered. It goes all the way up into the clouds. You have the very bottom where like the ocean water is, and basically the further you go up, the higher you go up in the world of humans. So the lowest of the low, really super poor people live at the very bottom of the city, and the higher you get up is where the more rich and successful people live. And so your character kind of like lives in the middle between the 2 areas, and so there's a variety of parts of the city that you will explore as you deliver for Cloudpunk, and they are sort of legal but sort of not. And it's one of those, like, you give us a package, we won't ask any questions, and then our character goes around and delivers them. She has this automated AI companion called Camus, who used to be a dog, but he ends up going into her car because she lost his body. I can't remember the early part of the story because it's been so long since I played it years ago when I continued playing my story file, which about was halfway through it. But it's a really fun adventure. I really like the cool voxel art on it. Now, one big difference between the Series X version and Xbox One version is that there is a car that you drive around. Well, in the Xbox One version, you can only see it in third person. They added to the PC, PlayStation 5 version, and Series X version, you can actually fly in first person mode, which really changes how the world looks and the immersion you have in it. So it's really cool. I might get the Series X version down the road if it's ever on clearance or on sale or something, but I don't really want to pay the full $25 for it. But if you don't already own a copy of it, that's the version I would recommend getting if you have a PS5, Series X, or for the computer. So let's check out some gameplay of Cloudpunk. Today, guys, we're playing Cloudpunk. Now, this is a cool cyberpunk game. It is a voxel art game, so it's made with voxel art, which is 3D little blocks built in to create images. Kind of reminds you of like Minecraft, and just a really fun game. Originally played this in 2021, but I stopped playing it, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and thinking about games in my Xbox collection that I started but never finished, and so I wanted to go back and complete this game because it does have a really good story. The music is just amazing. You got this great futuristic cyberpunk music, just a real futuristic vibe to it. The voice acting is good, and the overall world is just a really enjoyable futuristic place. So let's check it out. So what's cool is this game has two kinds of play styles. One where you're driving around in your vehicle, and the other one where you get out on foot, which I'll show you guys the stuff on foot. But you play as Rania, and she just became a delivery driver for a semi-legal delivery company called Cloudpunk, and their motto basically is, we don't ask any questions, we'll ship anything you want, no questions asked. And so that's where the story takes place, and you being part of this company, and you start discovering things about the world, and you have to make choices and stuff towards the end of the game. I know there's like 2 endings to it. Now, out and about, there's only certain areas you can actually land, which I'll show you guys on the map, which has a pretty decent map here where you can go anywhere on this map. There's different sections of the city, because it takes place where the cities are built up in the sky, so you're up in the air in different levels in the clouds and stuff. So there is no like ground where the earth is, because I believe, if I remember right, with the story, that like the earth itself is pretty toxic and polluted, so humanity had to build up into the sky, and so that's where these cities take place. And there's different levels to citizens based on their social status. You have like the rich people who live up really high and then like kind of living a great life. Then you have kind of the middle ground people that are like the workers and stuff, and have like your middle class, and you have your really poor that live like at the very bottom and like the dregs of society type of thing. And so that's what you deal with, that kind of world. So you can go to the different maps and stuff, which is cool. And then you have a little key there that tells you where things are. So there are icons on the map to find like collectibles, like where to go for missions, where you can find characters and stuff. So that's really cool, because there's main story to go through, but there's also side missions and stuff for you to do as well. And you can see there's the box art, there's my character, you know, look real blocky and stuff. Now what's cool, and when you're on foot, is you can actually go into first person mode, which I really like, because you can really explore the city. It's really cool seeing these giant skyscrapers around you, the cool eerie clouds, and it's raining all the time, music playing in the background is great. But you can also interact with some characters, because there are merchants and stuff to buy things from, missions for you to take on, which is cool. And currently you can see I have 4 things I'm working on as far as like missions go. The main mission up there in green is just doing another delivery for Cloudpunk, but I also just randomly ran into a mission because I found a holo card, which is basically like a bank card. Here's a merchant for you guys you can buy stuff from. We'll talk to him.
What you looking for? Whatever it is, I got it.
So that's what he actually looks like. It's just, you know, the voxel art makes him look blocky and stuff, but here you can buy stuff from him, like you can buy a soda or a candy bar, so that's cool. You can also turn off the hub with that, but we'll buy a candy bar from him.
Thanks.
Hey, come back anytime, lady.
So there's a variety of merchants and stuff, and you'll see their little icon, looks like a shopping cart, lets you know you can get it. There's also these little hollow caches, basically like ATMs, where you have to find codes for missions and stuff, and that's how they'll pay you, because you use money to buy everything in this world. You can also go into third-person mode, but I noticed that the characters kind of look weird and like a little blocky, controlling the camera. You also can't adjust the sensitivity of the cameras also. It's a little sluggish, unfortunately, and a little like stiff, that you'll notice when you're trying to turn it. It's not very like fluid, so it's just something you have to get used to. I hadn't played the game in so long that I had forgot that the controls were so stiff like this, and I've been so used to playing a lot of other games recently that have really tight controls, so it takes a few minutes to get used to, but still overall a really enjoyable experience. Really love the vehicle driving part though. Here you're in your hover vehicle, and you use the right stick. You can go up or down. You can only go up so high, you can only go down so low, but you use the sticks, the right trigger to go forward, left trigger backs up, and then you use the stick, to adjust your altitude, whether you're going to go up or down, and then you're able to explore the city, and then work on completing your missions and looking for side stuff. So, like, I'm currently working on a mission finding holo cards for a lady. And so I'm looking for areas where I can land to find stuff. So, like, we gotta go over to this area here. And you can only land where there's a P for parking. So you have to go to where the parking is, because that's the only way to get out of your vehicle with it. But it's fun too, just to run around and listen to the music at times, a real cool vibe of the city, and just been having fun with it. It was a little small indie dev studio that created this game. Really cool. There was a first-person driving the vehicle that was added to the PC version, PS5. But it looked like the Series X version just never got the upgrade. They talked about that they were going to do it, and sadly they never did. Which would have been cool driving in 3D, because I saw a video on YouTube of somebody that was driving around in the 3D, and it looked really awesome. So you have to just, be in your 2D mode, but it's alright. And then you just got to go to wherever one of these is open at. And it'll update you like where you're at, just where you discovered this place. And then you just got to get down low enough, hell to park you, and then it'll automatically transfer you out of the car to wherever the parking gang is. And now I'm gonna try to get this item over here and see what it is. I usually prefer to play in first-person mode, just because it's a little bit less clunky to the camera. Awesome, that was one of the punch cards of 20. There's a total of 81 that I had to find, and on my last 20 of them that I've been working towards the mission.
Welcome to my humble restaurant in the rain. What can I get you?
Thank you.
Don't let all the rain get you down. See you again soon.
I like all the voice actors in the game, and like that one. There's some of them have unique voices to them. But I've really been enjoying the game, and this is one of those games I would say don't rush through it, because you can beat the main story in like 9 out of 10 hours or so. But it's a game I would say don't rush to get through. Take your time and enjoy it. Explore the city. You can find random missions around, and if you're going after some of the missions, you have to find these collectibles that are on the map. And so that's what I'm working on now. So I play through the main story, progress at a certain point, and then I work on doing the side missions, get those completed, and then continue on with the main story as well. And then, just keep moving on like that. Ooh, some stuff. And then you have your inventory, which keeps track of all the different items you find. And you can find old tech stuff like a CD, because this is, our tech. A video game cartridge looks like a Super Famicom. It's just cool seeing the old tech from our world, since this takes place way in the future. And there's upgrades and stuff you can get for your car. You also own an apartment too, which is pretty cool. Now there's a weird thing I want to say here before we end. The game saves whenever you get in your vehicle, get out of your vehicle, go into your apartment, get out of your apartment, complete a mission or something. It'll auto-save like that. But the weird thing is there's no way to get back to the main menu, so you just have to kind of go to the Xbox menu, hit home and quit, and it'll have your progress saved. So it's really odd. I don't know why you can't, there's no option to actually quit the game. It's just something I noticed that was really strange. And then of course with the saving being auto-saved, there's also only one save file. So if you did something that you didn't want to do, there's no way to make a manual save and reload or anything. You're just kind of stuck with your choice, and you'd have to start the whole game over again. So just a little warning for you guys, but I definitely think you guys should check out Cloudpunk. It's a really cool cyberpunk game with voxel art, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Alright friends, that was our look at Cloudpunk. I beat this game this week. I've been trying to go back to some games I had started on my Xbox One that I played but never beat, and this was one of them, and I wanted to see the ending to it, and I was really happy with it. Really good story, really enjoyed it. Got all the achievements, I think, except for 2, and one of them was there's some missions that are timed, and I literally didn't beat the one mission by like a second. Like, it just sucked, and you have to start over the game again because unfortunately this game only has one like master save file, and there's no way to like reload an old save. So if I wanted to get that achievement, I would just have to restart the whole game over, which I might play again in the past, like I said, if I buy the Series X version. But I really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a cool little cyberpunk game, it has really amazing music, the graphics are awesome, voice acting is really good, I recommend you guys check out Cloudpunk. I really had a lot of fun with it, and I think you guys will as well. The other one we're playing is one that's been in my collection for a while, and I wanted to finally start checking out because I love this series, and that is Samurai Warriors 5. And I'm a big fan of the Samurai Warriors series. Samurai Warriors 4 is my absolute favorite in this series. They did do a little bit of art direction change where they went to more anime type of characters, so they changed the character profiles. They did, unfortunately, strip out a bunch of features from the Samurai Warriors 4, and that's where I had read a lot of people that liked it, but there was a lot of people who also were really disappointed in number 5 compared to 4. I'll read you guys from the back. A new Samurai Warriors begins. Follow two fates intertwined by the incident of Honoji. Discover the truth through the eyes of Nobunaga and Mitsuhide, and it's 27 Samurai Warriors. New heroes join warriors of the past. So the main story mode, the Musou mode, because there's 2 modes. You have Musou mode, you also have Citadel mode. Well, the Musou mode has 2 main stories you play through as Nobunaga and Mitsuhide, and it's actually a prequel to all the other Samurai Warriors games. Like when these 2 characters are younger, when they're first starting out, like they never really explored that story in the other Samurai Warrior games. They always are older and talking about that period of turmoil when the samurais and stuff. So it was really cool to see a unique story for this game where it had a more focus on just 2 characters instead of all the characters. That's what kind of upset a lot of people is, they're so used to the old Samurai Warrior games having a more story modes where it's focused on multiple characters and different perspectives. But this time they decided to go with a more condensed version and a more focus on just 2 characters. So let's check out some gameplay of Samurai Warriors 5. Alright guys, today we're playing Samurai Warriors 5. Now I'm a huge fan of the Warriors series ever since I played Dynasty Warriors 3 on the original Xbox. It made me fall in love with the series. And then eventually they released Samurai Warriors, which deals with Japan and the samurai era. And I really love this series. Actually I like a little bit more than the Dynasty Warrior games just because of the setting. And I've always enjoyed the Samurai Warriors games, but they don't have as many released as they do Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty Warriors up to 9. Samurai Warriors has only gone up to 5, and sadly it seems like this Warrior series has kind of been put in the back burner. It's like this came out in 2021, we're in 2025, and they haven't released anything else Samurai Warriors based yet, which kind of sucks, but I'm hoping in the future they will. Now this was a departure from the previous Samurai Warrior games from 1 to 4. It has a more anime style, they remodeled the characters, so they have that more anime style where the original Samurai Warriors games did not have that. They also took out some features that were in Samurai Warriors 4. There's not as many characters. That one I think had like over 80 some characters. This one only has 38. There's not as many modes as well. But I think it's a nice change of pace for the series. You don't have to always have the same exact things. There was a lot of hate I saw from comments, but I've personally been enjoying it a lot. One thing I really love about this game now is the fact that everything is not unlocked at the start of the game. Like, you only have this Musou mode. There's another mode, Citadel mode, you can play, but that's locked off. The vault is locked off where you can go in here and see things you've unlocked. I've been playing for almost 8 hours now. Different objectives, how much background things you've unlocked, how many KOs you've had. I've had 21,000. With my Musou attacks, I've killed 3193. You can also check out music and watch events, because as you play through the game, you unlock cutscenes and stuff which you can come in here and watch. The The bread and butter of the game, obviously, is the Musou mode, and this is the story mode. Now, when you first play it, you literally only have access to one character, which is Nobunaga. And as you play through, you unlock different things in his story, and you give ranking levels and stuff, and I've actually got him up to Chapter 3, but I've also unlocked some bonus levels for him as well, which is cool. And then I just recently unlocked Mitsuhide, and now it's another character I can play through, and you play through the game. As you progress, you'll unlock more characters to play in the story mode, which is awesome. And the more you play, you know, the better you're going to get at the game, but also the difficulty increases. You guys can see those yellow stars. So as you progress through the game, they make it more difficult for you. So it starts out, you know, fairly easy, but gets more difficult. You also can adjust the difficulty settings in these games when you're playing the super easy or you're playing a super hard mode. Really just depends on you. Now we also have this My Castle, which is basically like a hub world before you play the missions. This is where you can go in and level up characters. I can go to the dojo here. You can train the different officers you've unlocked. These are all the ones I've unlocked so far. There's still more to get. There's a total of 38 playable ones. But like Mitsuhide here, I can go in here. RPG elements, I can unlock different skills for him, and they do different things to buff up the character and make him stronger. And so eventually you can get them maxed out if you want to. You can also train him if you have extra XP, and you can level him up and make him stronger. Like I can make him level 15 here, and you unlock this stock XP. So now he's unlocked at level 15, he's unlocked some additional moves now, which is cool. You can also unlock weapon mastery, so there's different weapons that the characters use, and you can level up the characters' weapons. I'm almost to S rank now with the katana weapon, but there's a whole variety of weapons, and they do have their preferred weapons to use, so you unlock stuff, but you can switch to any other weapon if you find a weapon you like that's better. You can adjust your equipment as well for them. There's these ultimate skills that you unlock as you play through that can do different things. They come very handy. I recently unlocked items you can use in the middle of battle, which is cool. And I just unlocked a 4th slot now, so I can put another one. You can use these consumable items to help you in the game. And you also can unlock different mounts by buying them and also finding them in missions, which is really cool. And then you can go here, character. You can upgrade buildings and stuff, and you earn all these resources in Citadel mode. But you have to play the two modes together to get everything unlocked. You can unlock more weapons here, buy stuff, stables and things. But the mode I've really been having fun too is this Citadel mode. And this is for me to unlock the materials where I've got lumber, mineral, fabric, and my gold in here. And so I've also been trying to work on getting S rankings and all these, and I've got to progress further in the story mode to unlock everything that I have so far. So we'll check out an older battle here. Check out this one here. And then in this mode, you can place any characters you want to. And then there's also relationship. There's a bar above their head. As you play different missions with them, they become more stronger, and you can max out their bar, and it'll unlock new stuff for them, which is good. Cutscenes, things like that. You can check off before battles and see what the different enemies are and who you're going to be facing off with. And the main thing is we have to defend our base up here. You do not want it to fall. I recently had that fell because I wasn't paying attention up here and I was just out here killing dudes. And by the time I got back there, I failed a mission. So you want to watch out for that. This is one of those ultimate attacks that I've unlocked that I really love. Come very handy when facing off against enemies. Now, another thing that's cool in this Citadel mode is you can summon units like riflemen, ninjas, swords, archers, and as you summon them, they get more experience and they get stronger. There's also objectives too, where I gotta rescue this supply captain, and doing these various extra objectives will earn you XP, they might earn you a secret weapon, might unlock stuff for you, so you'd always want to try to unlock that, because sometimes you can also unlock characters in the main story by rescuing a character by going off the beaten path. Ooh, we're way going the wrong way. But another thing too, I could switch to another character like him. So he's a lot further up here. So you gotta look where the character's portrait is and you can play as 2 different characters at a time. You can also play co-op, online or locally. So you can play local co-op with 2 players, or you can play online, or you can play by yourself and then switch between the 2 playable characters, which I like. Now all the voice acting is in Japanese, there's no English dub that I've seen, and I actually prefer playing it that way, it just feels more authentic. Alrighty then. So you just want to search these maps for those secret objectives. You never know. Switch to the other guy. It'll be a lot easier to get to that engineer before he comes here and does something catastrophic. I also love you can lock onto enemies as well. You can also find health upgrades on the maps in barrels and stuff. Sometimes you can also find weapons, and you can find things to increase your character's skills. So it's always pays to explore the map and remember where some of that stuff is. You know, you don't want to be using up all your health items right away. If you don't need them, don't break them open. Save them in case you need to. You could run to them. And then, of course, you have your classic Musou super attack modes you can do. Now, another thing that's cool, too, is if you're with another character, like your partner's character, you can actually link your guys' Musou modes together to unleash an ultimate attack, which is really sweet. Oh. My base is gonna get overrun. I gotta get there, protect it. Holy shit, look at them all. Get some of those units down here to help me out. Okay. And I always try to kill as many enemies as I can because I try to get my score up. There's a huge variety of enemies you'll face as well. Oh, there's the boss character. If I defeat her, I'll end the level. Sent that bitch flying. So I beat that battle. So I like the Citadel mode because it's a lot shorter battles. You know, you're talking 5 minutes, where your main Musou modes have like hour time limits. You know, I actually be playing it for 15, 20, 30 minutes, just depending on how large the level is. So at the end of the battle, it shows you all the stuff you unlocked. So I unlocked the 3 things here. It also shows your overall score total. I got an A ranking, and then I unlocked more resources, and I just leveled up my ninja unit to level 5. My warrior monks are at 5, and riflemen are at 4. So I'm trying to get all that stuff leveled up. Nice. I have S ranking now. Unlocked a new weapon.
and he's halfway to level 16. I got my mount leveled up to level 6. My partner got leveled up as well, and he's getting stronger as well. And so you can go through Citadel mode too, just to level up your characters if you're having struggles with them in the main story. If you don't want to keep playing the same loop style modes over, you can come here and get your characters leveled up. And also unlock some more weapons as well. So I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of Samurai Warriors 5. I really love this series. Been a big fan of it, and I'm having a lot of fun here with Samurai Warriors 5. If you're a fan, I recommend giving it a try. Don't listen to all the hate, people telling you it's horrible, it's not as good as 4. I think it's just as good as 4, and definitely worth playing for any Warriors fan.
So that is our look at Samurai Warriors 5. I'm about halfway through the story mode. I'm really enjoying that Citadel mode as well, as the two different modes really work together, because in Citadel mode, it's actually how you can earn all the resources you need to upgrade your castle to make your characters stronger. And I've been having a lot of fun playing through this story, so I'm about halfway through it right now, and I'm looking forward to beating this one. But I definitely recommend checking it out. Now, it's not as, I would definitely admit that it's not as good as the Samurai Warriors 4 or the ones that came before. I can see where people were upset about the story mode. I didn't realize at first that it was a huge focus on just only Nobunaga and Mitsuhide, because there are other characters you can play as, but you don't have any real story modes of them. They're just part of their overall story. So I can see where people had got upset by that. But if you can get it for a decent price, I'd say like $20 or less, maybe max of $30, it would definitely be worth adding to your Warriors collection if you're a huge diehard fan of the Warriors series like I am. I'm an absolute diehard fan, and I pretty much play all the different Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, all the different ones over the years. I would say it's worth checking out. It's also got some new artwork. It's got great music. The voice acting is done really well. And it's just overall a really fun game to play in this series. So, quick little recap. We talked about Cloudpunk, an awesome cyberpunk with voxel art. And it's just a really cool, chill game. Amazing music, voice acting, the cool voxel art graphics. Just a really cool experience I think you guys should check out. And then there's also Samurai Warriors 5. Now, it's not as good as previous Samurai Warriors games, but it's still a really decent game, and one I think you should check out if you're a big fan of the series like I am. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Have you played either of these two titles? Let me know what you guys have been playing lately, and if you have a recommendation on a game you think I might enjoy, let me know. Want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.